Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel with myself, Isabella. Thank you so much for joining me and supporting me. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you never miss another video. Thank you so much for the support on my podcast. It's really amazing I can help you all, and I'm really loving the community that's growing here. It's really positive and it's only going to help you with your future in ballet or in life. So without further ado, today we're going to be doing a Q&A. This is from my Instagram followers. They gave me a bunch of questions and I'm going to answer some of them with you now. How long were you conditioning, stretching, / your practice sessions to get strong? I assume this was while I was at school. I think I've touched on this before. My practice sessions in the evening happened at the end of each day, and I was very regular with them. I did a recent podcast episode with my friend Merit Moore at Physics on Point, who also described her practice sessions, and basically you just have to make them happen. Sometimes you don't necessarily want them to initially, especially when it's not a habit, but you kind of get used to that and you force yourself to do it initially, and then it becomes habitual and almost meditative and addictive. And my practice sessions, bearing in mind I had a long day, about 8 hours, would last about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And it wouldn't be all intense. I could be working on very small things like a tendu or a fondo exercise, and then I would progress to doing specific movements that may be difficult, like Italian fouettes, etc. And that practice time is why I'm here with you today, because I gained a huge amount of knowledge from that alone time. And I've talked about that in my podcast as well. Exercise, I think I did about 30 minutes of targeted conditioning before each ballet class. I didn't have the energy or time to do extra exercises, like conditioning exercises outside of my 8-hour day. However, in the holidays, I would do a lot more, and I would do floor bar, Pilates, conditioning, stretching for like 2 hours a day. That would be the same at school as well. And a lot of the exercises and floor bars I do are now on my website, because it's there to help you now in your training and your supplementary training, because as we know, just doing the ballet class is not enough. You need to be doing your practicing and you need to be doing your conditioning outside. Now, it's the honest truth. It takes a lot of time, a lot of hard work. So yeah, but as you can see, 30 minutes is not a huge amount of time for conditioning, and stretching for an hour and a half to 2 hours is also not a huge amount of time at the end of the day. You can make it happen if you want to. While in school, how early did you wake up? What was your morning / night routine like? Well, I've sort of answered that briefly just now. I woke up around 8 a.m, 8:30, so not super early. I had class at 11, and I hated lights going on too early in the morning. I just really loved waking up slow and sort of with the sun. Obviously that's hard when it's like winter and the sun doesn't ever come up. But basically I would leave the lights off. I would wake up, go and get my breakfast, and sit in the dark while I ate my breakfast, slowly watch some television. Then I'd have a really hot shower, get dressed, do my makeup with the lights on, and then I would slowly start to warm up my body. So I'd stretch. First of all, I would foam roll, and I'm going to be doing a foam roller routine for you all that I did every day. That's coming soon. And then I would do my exercises, like I mentioned, 30 minutes doing each area. You can find a similar exercise routine on my website, like the Mat Madness workout. And then I would stretch my body, similar to the advanced stretch on my website. And then I would go to ballet class, and that's basically how my routine was every day. I would often have the radio on in the background from English radio or an English sitcom, just for comfort really. I just really liked hearing other people's voices. It kind of calmed me down for the day and also distracted me from any worries I might have, because I have been a huge worrier. Maybe that's why I'm so good at helping you or giving you advice on that front, because I've literally been through all of that myself. How do you improve foot flexibility if nothing is working? That's from Emily.ballerina26. Well, there is a amazing feet course coming to my website super soon, which will share everything that I think one should be doing for our feet to improve them and make them strong and flexible. So look out for that. I'll announce when that's happening on my Instagram. And if nothing's working, then obviously something needs to change, but you also need to ask yourself, how long have I actually been doing these exercises or doing these stretches? Have I actually given it enough time? I think a good amount of time is like 3 months, and almost having like a 3-month rule. This also came from my friend Merritt Moore, who we talked about this in our podcast. Like, you can't really give anything a chance if it's for like 2 weeks. You need to give things a good amount of time. So, say to yourself, right, I'm going to be doing this for 3 months, and if it doesn't work, then I'll make a change or something needs to happen. But be honest with yourself whether you have actually been giving it the right amount of time. And I think, Emily, I need to hear a little bit more specifically about what it is you're doing for me to answer that. So why don't you message me on Instagram and I'll help. But look out for the amazing feet course as well. Do you think a dancer should be extroverted? Well, I think I may do a longer podcast episode on this, because that's a really good subject, a really good question. The answer is not necessarily. I think there are many people who are quite introverted outside of the stage, and obviously I think the ratio of introverted to extroverted dancers is there's definitely more extroverted people, because it's much easier for extroverted people to sort of go out on stage and perform and be the soloist, etc. But an introverted person, maybe, their personality might be very quiet, not socializing a lot, being on their own and enjoying that. However, when they're out on the stage alone, again, they're not, talking to a bunch of people and things, but they are extremely confident and at one with themselves and at one with the audience, portraying something. There's a very big difference between being introverted and then being sort of tortured with self-doubt and anxiety. So don't confuse the two. If someone's introverted, that doesn't mean they have a load of self-doubt and can't perform. There can be an extroverted person who is very confident around a group of people, but put them on stage and they are extremely terrified and shy. And I don't think you necessarily need to be an extroverted person. What it's more about is being a confident person within yourself. So if you are a confident dancer, you believe in yourself, you have no doubt in your abilities, then you can go on stage and portray something quite magical. I think sometimes the more introverted people are more self-aware in a way and put that work into themselves, maybe more than an extroverted person. So the short answer is no, I don't think you need to be an extroverted person. I just think you need to be a confident person. So how to improve quickly? Well, I think, this is often, guys, we need to be very honest here, because improving quickly really just depends on, I get this question a lot actually, how do I improve quickly? And it really just depends on how much effort you're putting in and how much time you're putting into something. I read this book once called Outliers, and if you haven't read it, I'll put the link down below. And it literally states how many hours you need to put in order to become a master of something. And I didn't even know this at the time when I was practicing hours and hours each night, stretching hours each night, etc. But I was literally putting in those hours. It takes 10,000 hours to become a professional at something. So if you're only doing an hour's practice a day, that's going to take you a long time. to improve, you know? Whereas, okay, I'm gonna put in an hour in the morning towards my extensions. I'm gonna put in an hour at night towards my back strength. And I'm gonna put in 20 minutes in the day towards improving my feet. Then it's like you're putting in the hours, you're strategic, you're strategizing, you're deliberately practicing those things. It's not good enough to just kind of wander through and having some kind of haphazard routine where it's not really focused. I think it really helps to strategize. So if I was you, I would look at your week, you know, on a Sunday night, look at your week and think, right, how did that past week go? How was it for me? Did I improve on some of the things I wanted to do? And I actually did this as well. I was like, did I improve on the things I wanted to do? If not, what am I gonna do next week to make sure that that doesn't happen again? I'll be like, okay, so I'm gonna strategize. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I've got a bit more time, so I'm gonna stretch a little bit more, especially the left leg, which is less turned out. I'm gonna stretch that one a little bit more, 5 minutes more each night to see if that helps. As well as I'm going to put in my deliberate practice into my pirouettes and into my lame ducks. When I do my practicing sessions, I'm going to allocate 30 minutes to improving my lame ducks. And then at the end of the week, I'm going to see if those things are better. Do you know what I mean? So then it's really strategized, it's really focused, and you will feel like you're improving even before you've started that, because you're mentally set up, you're mentally ready for those practice sessions. And that's the thing, you need to be organized in your practice. You need to know what you want, and then you will start to improve really quick. And add up the hours, you know, look at your schedule and think, right, there's a 10-minute gap there. You know, I've got a half-hour lunch break, let's say. I can have my lunch for 15 minutes. And then for 10 minutes at the end, I'm going to do my feet exercises. That doesn't impact how my lunch is digesting, and I'm working on my feet. There's always a way around it if you want it enough. And I think you guys do, because the fact you're watching this video, the fact you come to me for advice is because you care. So I think if you do those things, you'll start to feel a real difference. Dealing with a busy schedule. Well, this is the difficult one. Again, it's sort of what I just spoke about finding those little gaps in the day. And I was discussing with my friend, I keep referring back to my conversation with Merrick Moore at Physics on Point. We've got a fantastic podcast episode coming out soon, which is over an hour long. You'll love it. Talking about a lot of these things. And one of the things we touched on was time management and dealing with a busy schedule. And especially if you have academics, it can be really difficult. However, you're going to have to slightly isolate yourself a little bit and put in the time. So, you know, if you've got a really long academic day, do your feet exercises underneath the table. Put one foot over your laps. You're stretching your glutes at the same time whilst you're in your lessons. Make sure you go to bed early. Yeah, make sure you wake up early. If you are a morning person, go to bed early, wake up early, do your exercises and stretches before you go to class. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm definitely saying it's not impossible. So you just need to find what works for you. If you're more of a night owl, do your practice at the end of the day. I think Merritt was practicing in the studio after her long university day until about 11 p.m. at night. And that's not for everyone. I was more of a morning person, and plus I'd been exercising all day. But she hadn't, because she had a hectic university day. So she would put in her hours at the end of the day, on top of all her hard university work. But she made it happen because it's what she wanted, and now she's reaping the rewards. So again, look at your schedule every Sunday, before the week begins. Assess where you can slot stuff in, and assess how you're going to nourish yourself and look after yourself to make sure you deliver on those days so that you're not burning out. Okay, you've got to look after yourself, hydrate, eat well, eat balanced meals, prepare your lunch so you don't have to waste time going out to the cafe to get it. Where can you save time? You know, where can you multitask? Talk about all those things, think about all those things. I'll definitely do a separate YouTube video on this too. How to exercise at home for the best way to improve your ballet technique. Well guys, obviously I'm going to say you need to try a Ballet with Isabella workout and class. Link below. 7-day free trial. We have classes, ballet classes for all levels. I've even got plans on my website. If you need a plan for getting flexible or getting strong, or a personalized plan, we can do that, as well as loads of workouts, and it's for whichever body part you want to work on, whether it's full body or targeted workouts. Again, strategize. What do you need to work on? Target that. My glutes and hamstrings a week. Fine, I'm going to do the BWI booty burn workout every 3 days, or 3 days a week, you know. How to deal with being far from home. Oh, well, that's a really nice one. Obviously, it's hard being far from home when you're studying and things, and you miss your parents. I think, to be honest, I just knuckled down. I think I miss my parents more when I was at the Royal Ballet School, because they were relatively close. So it's like they were close, but I couldn't get to them. But I really wanted to see them, and it was more possible for them to see me. Whereas when I was at Vaganova, there was no way I could see them. They were miles away. And I knew that, look, it's not about my parents right now. I need to put in the work. They've made it possible for me to be here. And, you know, think about it that way. Your parents have made it possible for you to be in that environment. They're helping you make your dreams come true. The best way to thank them is to give it your all every day. Enjoy yourself. Don't feel guilty for not being around them every day. They want you to do well. And trust that one day when you have your ballet career, you know, if all goes well, that they can come and watch you perform. And that would be the best gift to them, that they can see you perform one day, or see you graduate from your school. And you'll see them in holidays. You know, things don't last very long, and 3 or 4 years studying is not a long time, and it's best you focus on that. Having said that, when I was at school, I used to ring my mum a lot on Skype. I used to ring her at lunchtime for a Skype call, and I used to just have her on the call, just there watching me. And sometimes on a Sunday afternoon, I would have her on the Skype call, and we wouldn't talk or anything. We'd just have it on for like 6 hours, and just, it was nice to have her there and have her presence. And I think if you're missing your parents, really put in those Skype calls and put in the time where you can just have each other around without necessarily even talking, which will really comfort you and comfort you both and make you feel more at home. That definitely helped me cope, for sure. Yes, how can I improve my turnout, please? That is from canned_ERS10. Well, definitely got to do my turnout course again. There are so many courses on the website. I think you guys really need to check them out. There's a turnout course, fouette course, balance course, petit allegro course, turns en dehors course. That's definitely more than that. There's also a amazing feet course coming, and an arabesque course. Get your arabesque higher. So please check it out. I think you're missing a trick here. My website and my courses and my workouts are literally supposed to be your secret weapon. Yeah, my followers' secret weapon to getting better and getting more successful in your training, so that you can turn up to class in your school or wherever you are and just feel like, yeah, I'm doing this now, this extra stuff, and none of you have any idea why I'm improving so much. It's because I'm doing my extra. I'm putting in the hours, I'm putting in the time. So guys, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this episode and this video, please leave a nice comment down below, and please like and subscribe to the channel, and please leave more questions for me down below in the comments, and I'll make a note when we do another Q&A video. We've got much more coming to the channel, more Vaganova walkthroughs, more tutorials and tips, more Q&As and day in the lives, etc. Let me know what content you want to see more of. So comment down below your questions and any content you wish to see from me. I think some of you really enjoy these talks as well as the Q&As, so if you'd like more of those, let me know. Otherwise, just remember, you're amazing. Be determined. Go out there and get what you deserve. Never doubt yourself and go for it. Thanks, guys.